options were.
Mr. Miller, with respect to you, and I respect what you just said, I think you can tell I'm rather passionate as well, right? Please don't underestimate. Yes. I am very passionate about the education that our students receive in the school district. And I think you could tell from my 17 years here, I think the middle school came into being under my administration, okay? And when the board, first of all, asked this administration to take a look at every area of operation and to come up with options to reduce costs. At no other level do we have two preparations in the school district. You don't have it at the elementary level. You do not have it at the high school level. There are other opportunities for the teachers to get together as they do at the high school and as they do at the elementary level to deal with the various aspects of addressing kids' needs. Secondly, I've not had any parent who has contacted me about going through the middle school approach. I've sat with that parent and I've spent as much time with that parent. I've heard everything during the last 6 months from, I'm going to have the teachers presented this option as to how we could save teaming, okay, with no cost. It hasn't happened. We've also heard that we've got a program that is cost neutral. I didn't say that I'm not willing to listen to it. I've not seen it. And I'm saying to you, as you and I had some communication, I'm willing to look at any approach. But am I willing to say that if the board is asking me for a recommendation, if somebody wants to come in and talk with me and we talk about what you have, I'll look at it. And if I think it's beneficial, then I will communicate to the board. But I would not recommend to the board, if the board is asking me for a recommendation, that we establish an ad hoc to begin exploring how we can keep the middle school. That would not be my recommendation. I would be very clear on what my recommendation is. So there is no ambiguity at this time. I showed data clearly illustrating that we made a smooth transition this year in all aspects of our operation. We will continue to gather that data. If a parent, or if a few parents want to come in and discuss with me what they are, I guess, sharing with you and others, I'm willing to sit and listen to them. That has not been on the table. Did I answer your question? No. I don't think this is fun. I think the public have their opportunity to address the board. This is right now discussion, and you asked a question. Superintendent, board, that's where this should be right now.
No, I just see very little downside in investing a little bit of time with an ad hoc committee to just make sure that all the options are clearly understood by the stakeholders.
If the question, Mr. Miller, is let us see what you've done, we'll be willing to do that. But if the question is, can we establish an ad hoc, and if the board can do what it wishes. But if the board is asking me for recommendations, it is not that we establish an ad hoc committee.
No, I think the question is just, would you be supportive of helping people understand the options?
That was not your question, Mr. Miller. It was not your question. You said ad hoc committee.
I think that's what the committee was asking.
No. Mr. Miller, I think you were saying to me, what is the downside? Okay, are you saying if there are parents who would like to sit down with me and have us go through what we've done, we'll be willing to do that?
Okay.
Thank you.
All I'm asking is for the folks that put this together, would you be willing to support providing them with some information on the options that have been considered?
If they're willing to, I'm not going to do their work for them, if that's what you're saying.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
That completes my superintendent's report, Mrs. Bertels.
Okay, thank you. And we will now move on to action and considerations.